Hello folks, and welcome back to oneadayscity.com. Today we're with Heather Ferri Productions.
Hi, I'm Heather Ferri, and I'm the owner of Heather Ferri Productions, LLC. It's a company that produces Kundalini Yoga DVDs online. I'm also with Radiant Health Within, which we deal with the science of Kundalini Yoga and Reiki energy healing. Sort of throw away all your misconceptions from the television or the radio or the magazines or even from your friends. If you've never heard of Kundalini, you probably have no idea what this science has to offer you. So this Eastern science has so many things to offer, but what you want to think about is it being a medical form of practice. What do I mean by that? Well, we have the physical form, where you learn these complexities of breath patterns that work on the parasympathetic and sympathetic system. So these postures are a way of detoxing your organs naturally, so you don't have to go to the doctor as much. Then you have the mental practice. We have 5,000 different types of medical meditations. Wow, well what does that mean? That means we can work with OCD, we can work with depression, and we can reprogram the mind. Then we have the spiritual aspect, which comes into the question I'm always asked. Is this a religion? No, it's not a religion. The meditations calm and clear the mind so that if you are religious, it will heighten your prayer practice. So why is Kundalini so different or unique? Because you have to do the work. I give you the formulas, but you have to sit there and pay attention and know how your breath is working and know what your mind's thinking. And it's a self-discovery, so a lot of positive things can happen. Anyone can take Kundalini Yoga. A 3-year-old can take it, a 90-year-old can take it, someone who, I work with stroke victims, I work with people in wheelchairs, I work with athletes. There is something for everybody. Well, if we're not breathing normal, then we don't have the benefits of normal health. So right away, I find that people lose their patience in the first 2 or 3 classes of Kundalini Yoga because they can't get the breath work. So you have to understand that that's the hardest part of Kundalini Yoga, because each Kriya has different breath patterns. But once you tackle it and you master it, you see amazing benefits from developing your oxygen level. Think about it. When you have more oxygen, your body heals faster. But also remember, when you have more oxygen, your mind feels better. A lot of depression and a lot of not having energy is just a lack of oxygen not going to the brain. So I find that the hardest thing for people to learn is the breath work. So I'm going to share with you a healing chant we use a lot in class. Ramadasa Sase Sohang. I have walked into a room where kids were very violent, and I've put this chant on in a matter of minutes without them even knowing what the words meant. They started to calm down. So when you chant in class, you have 3 different voices. One is the chant voice, which you just heard. Another we call the lover's whisper, and then your inner voice. And so when you're chanting, you'll work on one of those 3 vibrations. Kundalini is very different. It's all these weird positions. You don't necessarily have to sit cross-legged. You can sit in a chair for a lot of the work. We're on our back sometimes, we're on our bellies sometimes. There's great modifications. But the movement of exercises is not like something that I have never experienced in all of my exercise world. So I almost like to tell people this isn't exercise. This is scientific movement designed to clean different organs in the body. For example, if you have your hands here and you inhale up, kind of a silly exercise, you look like you're doing the chicken dance, but actually one of the most important exercises for a woman, because the lymph system is getting cleaned out and you're building circulation around the breast. Is actually a preventive for breast cancer, which, by the way, that's why the breath work is so important, because if you're not breathing from the belly, the diaphragm, the blood doesn't get to the heart. You don't have good circulation. So this also, the breath work connects to heart disease. But when you're here, you know, I'll have students do this for a minute or 2 minutes and they're like, oh, I'm feeling this burning sensation. This is so hard. And you can have the strongest athlete in the room that is a muscular brick and they're still like, ah. So how do you find me? There are a lot of choices. First, you can go onto the website at www.heatherferri.com. ferri.com. Our phone number is 412-276-2466, and there's actually a lot of options. We have a private space that holds up to 1 to 4 people. And the private space is more for healing, it's more for diseases, illnesses, mental depression, where you are in a safe environment that you can go and escape, and we can work one-on-one. We also have a space in Crafton, and you'll see the Crafton location address, which is a bigger space, and it offers the idea of trying out Kundalini, and also there's power in numbers. So when you're in a room with 10 people chanting Har, which is for prosperity, it's not just benefiting you, but you're chanting that conscious energy. Everybody's prosperity is building in that room. So I really believe in the power of positive energy and numbers. And you start to build this community of like-minded people who support each other. We have families that come to that space. It's wonderful to see both the father and the mother and their children come. And then I do programming around the city. So I work for different corporations as well as facilities, and I design programs geared towards what they feel their people need, whether that's a stress management program, whether that's building your immune system, fighting off the flu season, whether that's building better communication skills, which is about breath and voice and tone of voice and pitch and presentation. There's a variety of programming, and you can just call that number again, 412-276-2466, and we'll be happy to set up a consultation or speak over the phone about different programming.